Hi, AJ Hartley here, novelist, Shakespeare professor, Atarashii Gakko fan. And I'm revisiting a song that I've talked about before for reasons which I hope will become clear. As everyone knows, the song that made Atarashii Gakko's career is their 9th single, Otona Buru, which came out in April of 2020, which I first discussed on this channel over 3 years ago. The song failed to chart at the time and largely fell off the radar until it became an internet sensation last year, part of which was about their earth-shaking appearance on The First Take, which now has a staggering 58 million views. Prompted by a Japanese fan's note, I wanted to say a couple words about the way the band's performance of this song pays homage to past performers and what that suggests about who they are and what they're about. First, because I know you love it, a quick reminder of what it is that we're talking about.
Otona Buru.
Still great. The song is, as I'm sure everyone knows, about the adolescent impulse for young people to act like adults, to attract attention, get involved in close, passionate relationships, but simultaneously to want to hold on to the fun and innocence of childhood, even as they're crossing over into more adult sexuality and so on. It's a song about being on the cusp of romance and sexuality, with the attendant joys and heartbreaks that come with those things. And it balances anticipation and apprehension. As such, it's a song about a particular moment in our lives when we savor something that hasn't happened yet before it has time to get disappointing or dull. Before the thing we looked forward to becomes ordinary and we get jaded. The music, lyric, and the energetic performance, which is at once tortured and goofily playful, capture that energy perfectly. It's a brilliant song, brilliant performance. That performance is punctuated by a couple of details which complement the core meaning, both from hugely influential Japanese female singers of the 1970s. No surprise there. The band have often discussed their musical influences and the periods with which they feel affinity, and Suzuka often refers to late Showa era Japan.
いつ生まれるか選べるとしたら何年に生まれたかったですか？過去未来変わらない。
過去で1970年ぐらい。
In this case, the 70s influence on Otona Buru shows up in a couple of places. First, in Suzuka's iconic outstretched hand, as if she's trying to grab something just out of reach. It's an image of adolescent anguish and desire. We see a version of that gesture in 70s enka singer Ishikawa Sayuri, seen here performing her signature hit from 1986, Amagi Goe. The song is a passionate exclamation by a woman whose mind and body are at war, as she wrestles with her expressly sensual need for a man she wants to hate. The climax of the song is expressed in this key moment of frustrated desire. Look familiar? It's not just the physical similarity of the poses, because the content of the songs mesh. Atarashii Gakko are taking an iconic representation of tortured physical longing and modeling it in their own adolescent, playful way. This is what we feel. This is what we want to feel. And the brilliance of the song and the performance is that it manages to be both sincere and parodic, deeply felt and silly, a paradox which will be familiar to anyone who kept a diary as a teenager. In the moment, these things feel intensely important and powerful. Outside that moment, they get preposterous fast. The other mini homage is a sound. That guttural bit of vocal punctuation is borrowed from another 70s icon, the Korean-born, statuesque empress of late Showa pop, Wada Akiko. It's not just that ha, of course, which ties the two songs together. They're rhythmically and structurally similar, as if the composers of Otona Buru had Furui Nikki in mind as they wrote. And that makes sense in terms of content. Furui Nikki is sung by a woman looking back on a love affair when it was at its most intense, when the couple hid themselves away from the world and basked in each other's company. But at the time, they didn't value what they had, and it feels like things since have become stale, caught up in the ordinary business of getting through life. As the title suggests, Furui Nikki meaning old diary, this is about another specifically temporal moment, looking backwards to when things were good, while Otona Buru looks forwards to that same moment. Atarashii Gakko make no secret of these borrowings. Rather, they are happy for people to spot them because they make several points at once. First, unlike a lot of Western performers who want to be known for their uniqueness and originality, even when they're often simply extending things which have been done by other artists before them, Atarashii Gakko are proud to be standing on the shoulders of giants. They're showing respect to the trailblazers of a tradition which has, in part, facilitated their own success. It also reminds us that Atarashii Gakko's emphasis on seishun, youth, is not just about chronological age and is designed to include everyone who brings an attitude of living fully, creatively, independently, in and for the present.
Do you know seishun? Seishun means enjoy every moment. Yes. Be yourself. Yes.
最後の質問です。
はい。
青春とは
青春とは今を全力で生きることです。今を全力で生きてるからこそ見つかる自分がいる。その自分を信じ続けて突き進む。それこそが青春です。
青春、今を全力で楽しむことです。今を全力で楽しむ、それこそが青春。
100% なことが青春だと思います。楽しくても悲しくても以上となります。
That sense of wanting to include everyone who is young at heart and the respect they have for the women who've helped to create the stage on which they now perform, as well as the thematic links between Otona Buru and Furui Nikki, was made explicit by a remarkable performance in which Atarashii Gakko and Wada Akiko performed the two songs together simultaneously. So many things are remarkable about this. First, of course, massive props to Wada, who was then 73, sharing the stage with these young performers. Likewise, there's something wonderful about the way Atarashii Gakko are careful to let Wada take the lead, toning down their own stage antics and energy so that they don't upstage her. It's a beautiful, touching thing to watch, and in a sense, it visually represents something of what the songs are about, trying to get to and hold on to a specific moment in which everything is thrilling and glorious and new. We're seeing that by two performers at opposite ends of their careers, one looking forward and one looking back. Even at their most fun, the songs are built on the idea that such moments are hard to find and that they can't last. They have to be celebrated in the moment that they arrive. And that, for Atarashii Gakko, is what Seishun is all about. It's wonderful stuff.
こんばんは、和田アキ子です。 こんばんは。個性や
自由で
はみ出していく新しい学校のリーダーズです。すべて長くて
です
ありがとうございます
最後の締めほんなら行きましょうか。
はい
ほんならこうですね。大
これで
体
じゃあもうちょっと開いて
こう
はいこうで
私ね足今痛いからね。
それで
私たちがその分開きます
足
その分開きます
せーの。分かってる欲しいんでしょ。
As ever, please like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't done so already, please check out one of my books, particularly Hideki Smith, Demon Queller, which is a story modeled on a mixed race family, very much like my own, battling monsters from Japanese folklore in the mountains of North Carolina. Thanks also to my patrons. Please check out my Patreon page, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks very much. Bye for now.